wild.
So those deals are cool.
Yeah.
Because you just don't expect it.
So Les, you're supposed to be number 2, but I'll take it this time.
Yeah, it's and you can feel it's not like you have to give it a ton of gas. It's got good low speed control, and that's the whole point of using 4-low when you're off-roading. Make a left here. Now what we can do is we can put our passenger side tires nice and high up on that mound there. You can kind of see where they are on the right. That's going to get us tilted over to probably about 20 degrees. And so what you can actually do, if you watch the bottom down here, you can actually see the angle we're at. So you can see right there's 5, 6 degrees, 7. So should get, you know, I think like 20 or so out of this maybe.
Wow. What's the furthest you can get before it's like at risk for flipping?
So there isn't really a solid number on that. Well, the reason why is because
camera on was only if you had a wireless shot.
direction there. And so this mound that's coming up there,
First one or second?
the second one. As we go over that one, what we'll need to do is stay towards the right-hand side. So we basically need to be to the right of that big rock there. As you'll see, and you probably already saw with that very first obstacle, that's where this front-facing camera comes in really handy. So in second here, as you can see, as we start to come up this, the hood's going to block our view. We won't be able to see anything. And that's where you can look down at that camera. Okay, I can see where I'm at. Now, if you want to see, like, am I going to hit that rock? You could go to, like, the tire cam here and see, like, okay, all right, you know, got plenty of room there. You've also got, here's your 360 cam. There's kind of another way you can view that. Yeah, generally speaking, I kind of just tend to keep it on this one most of the time, unless kind of up to you to a point how narrow of a trail you decide to go in. So generally, if we're going through like a puddle or something like this, what I would actually recommend is steer to the left, like try and get your driver's side tires up on top of that. And so anytime that we can take the highest line through there, if that makes sense, like where the puddle is the biggest, you know that's the deep part of the puddle. So trying to stay out of the deep parts is always going to be advantageous for multiple reasons. A, we don't want to get stuck in the mud. Granted, none of these puddles are really a pain for that branded that way. But the main thing is, too, there can also be things concealed in the mud. If we go any slower than this, really what will happen is we'll kind of stall out because you can feel that back tire coming up in the air. So right now, back right tire's up in the air, and you'll feel it touch back down right there.
I imagine it feels more rocky back here than up there.
A little bit, yeah. And if you watch the... yeah, right. So as we come up over this hill here, now this is one of those situations where you're going to be really grateful for this camera.
Okay.
So we're going to head right up there towards that orange flag that's kind of at the top. And there we're going to be bearing to the left. And what you'll see is that basically the hill kind of curves. Now we're going to use a little technique up here that is pretty handy. So I'll show you in just a sec.
Whoa!
I'll fall off.
All right, so go ahead and stop here for a sec. So what we're going to do is shift this down to manual. So just pull this back down and then hit the minus on the side there. Yep, so we're putting it in first gear. And because we're in 4-low, we now have so much engine braking that you can just come off the brake as you drive down this hill. It's going to be pretty steep. And just the engine braking from being in 4-low will be enough to control your speed as you head down. So.
Okay. Oh my gosh.
Like I said, notice how we're completely off the brakes, but we just have that engine braking there to control our speed.
I feel like I don't even get the gist of how steep that was from back here.
So now what we're going to do is we'll use the trail turn assist. So go ahead and drive forward a little bit more. But as we make this right here, I'm just going to press this button, turn this on. And as you crank the steering wheel to the right, what you'll feel is that back tire is going to lock up, and you'll just have to give it a little bit of gas to drive forward. And you'll be able to feel how it just pivots you right around. Now, I'm having to kind of practice that here because we're going to be doing that in a couple other places that are going to be even tighter. Give it a little bit of gas to kind of get it to move. And the other thing you'll notice is depending on the surface you're on and things, that also plays a pretty big role as far as how well the system works. So like in stuff that's a little deeper and softer, like what we're in right now, it works pretty well. If you're in harder packed stuff,
That's more.
Slipping and sliding.
I feel like that would be an area that
Ugh. I mean, with the Bronco as well.
that's what I mean. I don't know if they tried driving through that at all. I think one of the Sasquatch ones would probably make it through that without too much trouble.